Hello everyone. So today talking about the big news. I did a video very recently about how NX news was probably going to be imminent based off what a lot of insiders were saying, and boom, here we go. Nintendo is set to do a initial NX reveal trailer. It's going to be a 3-minute thing, and I want to talk about what some of those reliable insiders that seemed right, particularly one. I'm actually going to focus on one. Who's actually going to bat with rumors over what we will see. So that's what this video is about. What to expect in this very small 3-minute window. So I actually did a video about rumors, like, even though I did an imminent one, I was going to do another one because there were so many rumors, like, it's happening tomorrow. Thursday or Friday, you're going to see something. And then just as I was going to do that, recording it, boom, Nintendo tweeted, here you go. It's happening tomorrow, 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Eastern, anyway. So, anyway, as they said, be among the first to discover NX. Watch the preview trailer at 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern. So let's talk about the specifics of what it seems like will be there. I'm going through other people's sources. This isn't just pure guesses. I might throw a little speculation in there, as usual. But I'm going to go with Laura Kate Dale, who is a journalist that used to work for Destructoid and does her own Let's Play video games site. And she has been very good at reporting stuff. She has articles about how she vets sources, which is something you gotta respect. She makes it clear why why you can trust her, why she does what she does, blah blah. She has been right on multiple things in the past. Interestingly, she's someone that initially reported for Destructoid, then followed up with Beyond Good and Evil 2, or not 2, but whatever the next one is, being an NX exclusive, and so she's still saying that too. But let's talk about what she's saying. Since she said, right, like 30 minutes before Nintendo tweeted, she said, if you're waiting for an official NX reveal, it's seeming like tomorrow is the big day. Unclear if it's a direct or just a news dump. Nintendo is going to get a bunch of info out ahead of the investor briefing. Nobody I've spoken to has said the words the direct. So she was like right about it's not a direct, but something's happening. So she was definitely on top of this, like many others. I did a video, like I said, that got trashed because it was just too far behind, where Emily Rogers and Tom Phillips of Eurogamer, etc., etc. A lot of people are making it clear it was going down, but let's not focus on all of them because they haven't said what they expect tomorrow. Laura Kate Dale has actually reported her sources which told her about this, also said specific things about tomorrow. So let's go with her. She said, very interestingly, that you should expect the NX official name to be revealed tomorrow, alongside the look of the device. Not launch lineup, but Zelda Breath of the Wild NX shown. Okay, so we get the official name. Whether it's something crazy, hey, they could stick with NX technically, and she wouldn't be wrong. Just an official name, that makes sense. I doubt they're going to say, here's this thing, and by the way, it's still a code name. It's not a real reveal. People are getting hyped for a reveal, even a short one, so you got to have a final name. The look of the device is very important, especially with rumors all over the map, and a lot of rumors, which she backs up, about it being a portable console. If it's something like that, that needs to be shown very clearly. That is probably the biggest challenge. If it's something like that, it's hard to see. Like, I remember Nintendo with the Wii U, when they had issues showing it, people were like, they didn't even focus on the console part because they focused on the gamepad. You can't really do that. You need to make it clear exactly if this thing has a screen, if it's like a handheld, why is it this way? You need to show, here's a back, here's a thing, this goes in the TV. Every particular little thing they need to show and be clear. What I find interesting is Zelda Breath of the Wild being shown. I'm not surprised by that fact whatsoever, but what is interesting is what the NX ends up being. If you're going to show Zelda, you want it to look better than the Wii U footage. People are going to tear that thing apart. If that's like a 3-minute trailer, there's not much in it. Talking and showing mostly the hardware probably. If Zelda's like the one game, or maybe they tease something else, Zelda kinda should look better than it does on Wii U. And that's hard to make noticeable, especially if it ends up being a portable console. It's going to be very powerful for a handheld, and more powerful and better running, potentially better frame rate, all that, than a Wii U. But like a game with that art style and stuff, is that necessarily going to play in a quick YouTube trailer that's better looking? I don't know about that. Maybe, but that people are going to really pick that game apart if that's like all we see of games. So that's interesting. She also says that Nintendo have Europe is to announce an EU stream at UK's time. No brainer, but putting it out there. Separate regional streams, she means videos, that sounded like a stream, I don't think, suggest price info. Now that's speculation. That's not her sources, I don't think. She said suggest. I would be surprised if they put a price in this 3-minute thing. Like, because they're supposed to have future info. I think this is more of a tease. Get ready for the bigger reveal, more stuff coming. I would be surprised by price, to be honest with you. I'll make a prediction. I think they're going to go cheap, mainstream, maybe $250. I think even less than $300, to be honest with you. Unless it's something crazy. Like, if it's different than the rumors suggest, and it's some super console, obviously, a PS4 Pro needs to be $400. But if it's a portable console that's meant to be a powerful handheld, but still better than a Wii U as a home console at the same time, I'm kind of thinking they're going to go with a really aggressive price point, but could be wrong. $250 or $300, I guess. I don't think that guess matters because I don't expect price info. She confirms the NX is not using Wii line branding. Super obvious there. I think we know that. She says, do not expect the NX hardware spec details. But, which is no surprise, 3 minutes, they're not going to go through a spec sheet in 3 minutes with all the other stuff they need to make clear. But what's interesting is she says hardware specs will not be part of the NX announcement trailer tomorrow, but will, capital will, come via press release soon after, or 100% before the month ends. Keep in mind, Nintendo's have an investor meeting, and while they did cancel a briefing with Q&A after, they still do have an earnings release. So between this, maybe potentially teasing a future bigger showing, plus the investor stuff going on, it does make sense. And Nintendo sometimes is scared of talking about specs, but like I said, no matter what this is, portable console, hybrid, more of a straight console, which I don't think at this point. Who knows? But whatever it is, I think the specs are actually going to be pretty good for what it is. Like, if it's a hybrid, I think it's going to be very good in that range, based off of some of what's been said. So, talking about specs in certain ways before the end of the month is good to hear, because they could hide behind the specs for a long time. They do that a lot. Like, we're not going to talk about it. So before the end of the month is good to hear. As I said, Laura Kate Dill says Emily Rogers' NX spec info and retail unit is accurate. She 1,000% trusts that. Emily Rogers is in the portable console hybrid range. She lists very specific things, more so than even Eurogamer listed. But her and Eurogamer are lined up. And Laura Kate Dale, who was on top of all of this, does agree. So that's worth pointing out. As I said, that's why I do expect more of a portable console than just a PS4 Pro with a Nintendo logo on it. But, we'll see still. She says the trailer will be 3 minutes focused on what it looks like, what it does, and what it is called. The rest of the info will come afterwards. Those are the main 3 things they need to do. Of course, you need to see it if it's a device with multiple functionality, being multiple systems. You need to very clearly see that. They need to explain why it does what it does, what's the point of it, and the name. Yeah, you need the name out there for promotion. If it's the NX, it needs to be clear that it is the final name. If it's something different, that needs to be clear. Again, she said Eurogamer and Emily Rogers info is rock solid. She believes them. One interesting, she says at least 3 devs she knows of are waiting tomorrow for NX's name reveal to announce NX software. Which, if NX was the final name, they probably wouldn't be waiting just for the name revealed. So that's interesting. It does add up before what we've thought about. Like, man, if you're a developer and you want to promote an NX game and it's coming out in 5 months now, man, you really want Nintendo to get on top of revealing this thing because you want to promote your stuff. Like, games are promoted more than 5 months out normally. Like, it's cool when it's done that way. Fallout 4 was done at E3 in June, which is the 6th month, of course, and then you have the 11th month of the year in November, boom, 5 months. So that's a great time, but a lot of people do the Ubisoft thing, and there's, you see the Division at multiple E3s for years before it comes out. So some people like doing that, and Nintendo hasn't allowed that. A big indie team who brought their game to new 3DS but not original 3DS does have an NX dev kit. I'm not sure who she's talking about particularly. So, like, it's probably, you can probably figure it out. If it only went to the new 3DS, it's not the original. But I don't know. But a big indie means someone who made a more notable release. in terms of success, I believe. Tomorrow's 3-minute trailer will confirm the NX use of cartridges, she says. Cartridges have long been rumored. Even people fully on the bandwagon of, boom, Nintendo's making just a straight normal console that's super powerful. Even people like that are saying they buy the cartridge thing. So that seems to be super obvious, just like the Nintendo not using the Wii name thing. She says that Nintendo know folk are frothing for NX info. 3-minute trailer to be a tease. They want to answer biggest questions while leaving you wanting more. Again, they need to answer the biggest question, of course. And with an investor thing next week, and this potentially teasing a bigger showing in the future, it kind of makes sense. Like, let people finally know, let people get their sanity back, not just go crazy forever. Give them a heads up onto what to expect, what this system actually is, and then you can do a more thorough reveal and more showings of future games and stuff at a later date. Potentially even as soon as the next week. I agree with that decision. I think it's actually kind of a cool way to tease. Like, this 3-minute video is pretty short, so it can go viral. It's not a 50-minute thing that unveils everything. And they can do that, like I said, talking to investors and stuff next week. Maybe we get more info on when that stuff's going down. Maybe they end this video with a tease of tune into the, whatever this name of this thing is, tune into the NX, in-depth direct a week from now, or 2 weeks, who knows. She also said, because on Nintendo's site they said tune in to see our next home gaming system or something. She did clarify that source who said the NX reveal tomorrow before Nintendo announced it is the same source who said hybrid. So that helps that a lot. The folks who helped me announce tomorrow's NX video before Nintendo did have been saying for months NX is a hybrid. Same sources. The home console branding is so it's thought of as a portable home console, not a handheld, with TV play first. So that's everything she's had. Like I said, she was pretty on top of things. That's why I'm going with her. And especially even other sources who seem to be on top of this and are teasing that's happening. Like Tom Phillips from Eurogamer, Emily Rogers. They haven't went to bat for what is happening tomorrow. Like Laura Kate Dale is saying, this is what I think the 3-minute thing will be tomorrow. So that's why I wanted to focus on her, because no one else with reputable sources in the past has done that. So it's very interesting. I'm very, very excited. I've been waiting for NX News for a long time. And you think about them first in saying the code name, when they first made the partnership with DNA for mobile, to now finally have that code name be gone, or confirmed, I guess technically is not a zero possibility, though I don't expect it, means it's a huge step. We're moving forward. They'll show the concept, so we don't have to argue over that anymore. It's really cool. And I gotta point out that her mentioning Nintendo's going to talk about it as like a portable home console, which actually is how I referred to it earlier, I think, in the video. And she believes that's what it is. And I gotta say, I think that's the right verbiage. Because a very powerful, I think if it's like, oh, it's like a handheld with an HDMI out, but if it's like really powerful in that way as a handheld, that it can double as a good console for you. It can make Zelda look better than it does on the Wii U, while at the same time, when it's a handheld, it's super powerful. For a handheld, it comes across. If it can come across good in both ways, like good enough in the console, I think that's smarter than being like, oh, it just has an HDMI out. Oh, you can plug this thing in. That's like added a port to the next 3DS. It doesn't sound as cool, even if that's kind of what it is. Although we'll see if exactly that's what it is. So yeah, we'll see exactly. That is what I'm betting on. What she's saying, I kind of believe is true. Too accurate on some of this stuff, for me not to buy it at this point. But we'll see. So yeah, very, very exciting. I'm really curious to see how this video ends, to be honest with you. Does it end with tune into the special Nintendo presentation next Thursday? Does it end just showing what she has said it's going to show? And then Nintendo puts out some press releases or something, and Nintendo has an investor meeting, and then we start hearing about when to expect the next NX info. I'm not sure. That's what I'm curious about. Like this week, we know we're getting this, answering the biggest question, as she says, but all the other questions, when will those be answered? Next week? Should we expect like a big blowout by before the end of October? Or could this thing spread out? Nintendo has an Animal Crossing Direct on the books for the first week of November. Now that we are getting news about this, is it possible an Animal Crossing is in development for NX and it ties in, works with the mobile game, you know, like some cross functionality, transferring items or something between a mobile and NX game? Mixed in, they have the 3DS update with the amiibo and stuff. But could the NX Animal Crossing be part of that? Is the plan to have like a separate announcement for separate games and like kind of keep like the NX something new to report every other week or every week? I'm curious what their overall plan is in terms of rollout of info, because a 3-minute video for the reveal is different. That is unique. I think it's smart because I think it can go viral, as I said. But is that followed next week with a big thing, or is it a bunch of smaller things, even if those smaller things might have big info attached to it? Because they only have 5 months, so spreading this thing out isn't actually that hard. They could very easily cover 5 months of like, you know, this month, okay, now this week, focus on this Animal Crossing game if they have something like that, hypothetically. So we'll see. Very exciting regardless. Just wanted to do a quick video because I recorded one talking about it's happening, like tomorrow or Friday. I know it's happening. There's too much, where there's smoke there's fire. It's going down, and then boom, Nintendo tweets, and my video was worthless, and I didn't want to upload it and be like, oh, by the way, I was right about following these people, and they were, you know, it's pointless at that time. So I talked about other people and what they were reporting, but it's a waste at this point. So we got this, and I wanted to get a video out there before the reveal, which is in mere hours at this point. I believe actually 9 hours, because I'm doing this at 1 a.m. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video or are just excited about the NX, please like and subscribe. Let me know what you think is going to go down. Do you believe this report in particular? Do you think they'll maybe show something else beyond what is said here, which I think is still possible? As I said, you know, she's saying maybe price info could be discussed because the different regions doing their own things, and I'm saying I don't expect price. What do you think? Would they go that far in a 3-minute video? Let me know what you think, and we'll see you next time.